Assalamu alaikum dear students, and a very good morning to all of you. Hope all of you are doing great. Kids, welcome to the class again. As you all know, I am your social studies teacher and my name is Nida Sahar. So my dear students, today we are going to start our new chapter, Festivals. In this chapter, we are going to talk about what is meant by a festival, what are religious festivals, and we are also going to talk about different religious festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan. So let's get started. So dear students, before getting into further details, let us talk about what is a festival. A festival is a gathering of people to celebrate something. Festival is a gathering of people to celebrate something. It can also refer to a particular day or group of days when people in a country have a holiday so that they can celebrate something. So kids, how can you define a festival? A festival is a gathering of people to celebrate something. So students, here is the page from your book. This is page 61. I have highlighted the main points and I am also going to read it. So your chapter name is Festivals. A festival celebrates a special event that took place in the past. During the year, we celebrate many different festivals. They are an important part of our culture. Some festivals are connected to religion. You know that most Pakistanis are Muslims. People follow other religions too. The followers of every religion celebrate special days. These special days are called religious festivals. So students, what are religious festivals? The followers of every religion celebrate special days. The followers of every religion celebrate special days, and these special days are called religious festivals. Why these religious festivals are important? Religious festivals are important for families. To keep this simple, we can all agree that religious festivals help us to teach principles and ethics to our next generations. All different religious festivals bring the same message of love, tolerance, and understanding, right? As you all know that majority of Pakistanis are Muslims, but people in Pakistan follow other religions too. And as I mentioned earlier, that followers of every religion celebrates their special days, which are known as religious festivals. Here you can see some of the main festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan, like Eid, Eid ul-Fitr and Eid ul-Adha, Christmas and Diwali. Muslims celebrate Eid ul-Azha and Eid ul-Fitr. Christians celebrate Christmas and Hindus celebrate Diwali. So these are some of the religious festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan. So this is the page from your book. Here you can see some religious festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan. Here you can see the 4 religions over here: Islamic, Christian, Hindu, and Zoroastrian. And here are the festivals that are celebrated in these religions. In Islam, we celebrate Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Azha, and Eid Miladun Nabi. Christians celebrate Christmas, Easter, Saints' Day. Hindu celebrates Diwali, Dussehra, and Holi. And Zoroastrians celebrate Jamshedi Noroz, Shahin Shahi Noroz, and Khurdat Sal. So dear students, first we are going to talk about Eid al-Fitr. Muslims fast during the month of Ramadan, as you all know. When the month of Ramadan is over, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal. So when do Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr? After the month of Ramadan is over, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal. Okay, again, this is the page from your book. This is page 61. Muslims fast during the month of Ramadan. When the holy month of Ramadan is over, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal. So students, keep in mind, when do we celebrate Eid al-Fitr? We celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal. They pray at an Eidgah. And what do we do on Eid al-Fitr? They wear new clothes, greet each other, and have a feast. They also eat a lot of sweets. Children get Eid gifts, usually money, and many treats. So the festival we are talking about is Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is a Muslim holiday celebrated when Ramadan, the month of fasting, Ramadan is the month of fasting, finishes. We celebrate Eid al-Fitr when the month of Ramadan is over, and we celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal. And how do we celebrate our Eid days? Eid al-Fitr lasts 3 days, and during this festival, children accept gifts and Eid in form of money from adults. They wear new clothes, they greet each other and have a feast. And they also eat a lot of sweets. So that's how we celebrate Eid al-Fitr on the first day of Shawwal when the month of Ramadan is over. And what do we do? What do we do in the month of Ramadan? We fast in the month of Ramadan, and as a gift we receive Eid al-Fitr. Okay, now the next religious festival that we celebrate is Eid al-Azha, which is also known as Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Azha is celebrated on the 10th day of Zilhajj to celebrate the sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. This is the time of the Hajj pilgrimage to Makkah. So when do we celebrate Eid al-Azha? We celebrate Eid al-Azha on the 10th day of Zilhajj. So this is page 62. Eid al-Azha is celebrated on the 10th of Zilhajj to celebrate the sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. This is the time of the Hajj pilgrimage to Makkah. So remember the date? 10th day of Zilhajj means on 10th of Zilhajj we celebrate Eidul Azha. So dear students, when do we celebrate Eidul Azha? We celebrate Eidul Azha on the 10th of Zilhajj to celebrate the sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Eidul Azha literally means the Eid of sacrifice. Eidul Azha means the Eid of sacrifice. Muslims sacrifice an animal on this day, a symbolic sacrifice that reminds us of the real sacrifice required throughout life. Eidul Azha is one of the most important festivals in the Muslim calendar. The festival remembers the Prophet Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son. Yes, when God ordered him to. An animal is sacrificed in much the same way that Ibrahim sacrificed a lamb. 1/3 of the meat is given to the poor and the rest goes to the holiday feast, and the rest goes to the family and relatives, right? Okay, let's watch a video why Eidul Azha is celebrated. Students, watch this video carefully.
Today, we are going to tell you
the story of why we sacrifice animals and celebrate Eid al-Adha.
This is a story of the greatest sacrifice.
There was a prophet named Ibrahim alayhi salam. He had a beloved son
whose name was Ismail alayhi salam.
One night, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam dreamt that he was sacrificing his son.
The second night, he saw the same dream again.
Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam realized that it was a message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
He loved his son, but he was prepared to follow Allah's command.
So, he took Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam to Mount Arafat and told him about the command in his dream.
Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam, being an obedient child and faithful Muslim, said that he was prepared to be sacrificed.
If that was Allah's will.
But at the time of sacrifice, Allah replaced Hazrat Ismail with a sheep,
leaving him unharmed.
Then Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam heard a voice
which told him that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks after his faithful followers, and as faithful followers of Allah's command, Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam's life had been spared.
This was a weighty trial from Allah, which Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son passed successfully.
So, to commemorate the obedience of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam and Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam,
Muslims all over the world perform Qurbani each year during the month of Zilhajj.
We remember this great willingness to sacrifice for Allah's pleasure and celebrate Eid al-Adha.
Okay, the next religious festival that is celebrated in Pakistan is Eid Miladun Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Eid Miladun Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a day of great importance for Muslims. It is the birthday of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is celebrated on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal. Eid Miladun Nabi is celebrated on the 12th of Rabiul Awal. Okay, now again on page 62. Eid Miladun Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a day of great importance for Muslims. It is the birthday of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is celebrated on the 12th of Rabiul Awal. So, as we are talking about the religious festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan, we had talked about Eid al-Fitr, we had talked about Eid al-Azha, and another religious festival that is celebrated in Pakistan is Eid Miladun Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Muslims who celebrate or observe Miladun Nabi remember, discuss and celebrate the Prophet's life on this day. Muslims who celebrate Eid Miladun Nabi, what do? They remember, discuss and celebrate the Prophet's life on this day. People pray all night and send Miladun Nabi wishes to friends and family. Eid Miladun Nabi is celebrated on the 12th of Rabiul Awal. When it is celebrated? It is celebrated on the 12th of Rabiul Awal. So dear students, today we had discussed 3 Islamic religious festivals. First we had talked about Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is celebrated on 1st of Shawwal when the month of Ramadan is over. The second festival that we celebrate is Eid al-Azha. We celebrate Eid al-Azha on 10th of Zilhajj to remember the sacrifice of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. And the third religious festival that we celebrate is Eid Miladun Nabi. It is celebrated on 12th of Rabiul Awal. Okay dear students, now it's your turn. You have to read the chapter thoroughly, pages 61 and 62, and you have to underline the main points. Okay, now it's time to do some self-assessment. I'm sure after watching this video you would be able to tell, why do we celebrate festivals? Can you name some religious festivals that are celebrated in Pakistan? What religious festival is celebrated in Zilhajj? When do we celebrate Eid al-Fitr? Why do we celebrate Eid al-Azha? So dear students, that is all for the today's lecture, and I'm sure everything is well understood. I am going to see you in the next class. Till then, all of you stay home, stay safe and study hard. Take care and Allah Hafiz, and keep smiling.